Are we now in a bear market or are we in a bull market? It all depends on time frames. We're going to leverage Bitcoin today to see the macro picture and the intermediate picture to see that we're actually in both. But it all depends on your perspective. So if you like today's content, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. If you don't know me by now, my name is Jiggy. I'm the award-winning author of The Extraordinary New Venture Capital Opportunity, How to Invest Like a Pro. Been featured in the best-selling book, High Probability Trading Strategies, back in 2008, where I only used to focus on currencies, but now exclusive on cryptocurrency. So let's dive straight in. So we are looking at Bitcoin's price action on a daily chart, and clearly we can see since November, we've been down and the price has been down. Right? So the argument now is we are clearly in a bear market because the price movement is down, right? No arguments there. But now if we zoom out of the market, if we zoom out, go zoom out, let's keep zooming out. This is Bitcoin still. We're going to zoom out as much as we can. What's the overall macro trend? Is it up or is it down? Now, we've got 2017 back here as well to the left, so just keep that in mind. What's the overall? Well, the overall is up. So are we in a bull market or a bear market? So actually, we're in both. Yeah, that's my opinion, and this is why. And it's good to have this long-term perspective and short-term perspective. We're going to use the term macro, and we're going to use the term intermediate. Intermediate. There we go. Bang. We're going to have that over here. Macro and intermediate. Okay, macro means the bigger picture wave count, the 3, 4, 5 year, 10-year kind of the viewpoint, more about 3 to 5 years. So what I'm seeing here is we're on a macro bull trend with an intermediate correction. So when you just focus on 6 months, right? November to now, it's clearly a bear market, right? And that is, my friends, intermediate. So we can do some wave counts, right? We don't need to get too anal on this, but what we're going to do is just some basics, right? The basics is this looks like some type of A, B, C correction, right? Most corrections tend to unfold in threes. Here's another example for you, just so you get really, really clear with this, because it's very, very powerful. In 2019, we had this here. This was COVID. But look at this. We had this nice three-wave style structure, A, B, C correction. And what do you get after a ABC correction? More often than not is a continuation of the former trend, right? So are we just seeing a intermediate correction before we're going to see a continuation of the former trend? Well, that's what I believe is happening. So here, again, to emphasize, and this is important to note, because if it does unfold like this, it means this correction here is just the market taking profits, right? Overall, this is Bitcoin that we're looking at, but it's a reflection of the entire market. So then on a macro, I mean, I did a video the other day on potential wave counts. And we said it looks like we've had this structure on the upside. If it lets me pull it to the, I'm just going to do it like this. I'm just going to correct this in a second. If it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or we might be on a wave 4 and forming a wave 5. Either scenario leads to all-time new highs. Right? So we could have a scenario where we've got 5-wave move to the upside finished with an ABC correction. If that's the case, what we said is a continuation to the upside, because after a 5-wave sequence and a 3-wave correction, or it looks like, and this is the one that I'm currently leaning towards, that this is an ABC of a wave 4 and then a continuation to the upside. So that's the viewpoint on the crypto markets, because a lot of panic going on right now, right? And rightly so, because the markets are scary, it's gone down, and there's a lot of FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. But news is nothing more than speculation, and the markets are driven by fear and greed. When there's more fear, there's panic selling, and then markets, or the money leaves the markets. And when there's more greed or euphoria or optimism, money just floods into the market. And that's what I think we're going to see in the second half of 2022. A nice flooding of money into the market, given all-time new highs. How high it will go, we don't know yet. But this is what I'm leaning towards. And a lot of people are kind of going, right, the fat lady is singing, let's go. Let's come back when the market's back on. I go, no. We projected this in advance. We anticipated this in advance. So now we're coming towards what looks like the end of some type of correction and for a continuation. Now, again, we're doing probabilities and never certainties. There's one other piece of information that I want to look at here as well. In the top left-hand corner, we've just got the weekly momentum, right? And what we see here, the momentum indicator can be very powerful for us to see that the market is something called oversold. When the red line, the blue line is below this black line and is down here. And it looks like over the next 1 or 2 weeks, the blue will cross over the red. And what that indicates to us is that the downside movement should be limited. And we should be looking for a trend reversal of some sort. We have not had confirmation yet. So what kind of confirmation would we look for? Let me just clean this up very quickly. Let's just clean this up. Just get rid of the noise. Get rid of this noise. All right, let me just zoom in over here. All right. Well, a good confirmation of an indication that a low has been confirmed is the price going over a major swing high. So we've got a swing high over here, and we've got a swing high over here. So if Bitcoin exceeds at some point in the very near future 39,000 and it breaks, this will indicate that we may have seen a low, especially if it breaks this high over here of 47,000. So we haven't seen that yet, so it's early days, but that's what we're looking at. But the main thing of today was we are in both a bear market and a bull market. You go, what? So both parties are right. It all depends on time frame. If you're looking at the intermediate time frame, last 6 months, and literally what's happening right now, intermediate to even micro time frame, we're in a bear market. If you zoom out and then look at the macro, literally just zoom out and look at the macro, well, we're in a bull market. We're in a bull market going through an intermediate correction. Now, if you want to learn how to do ABC corrections, ABC zigzag corrections is one of my favorites, the most common. It's the one that we want to look for. It's kind of like this. When you see them like this, I'm going to show you this one as well. We saw this in, these kind of corrections here. This is what you call an ABC correction, A, B, C correction. When you get an ABC correction like this, what you tend to have more often than not is a continuation of the former trend. We want to leverage that information. And there's all different dynamics of ABC style corrections. I actually cover it in my free Elliott Wave and Fibonacci Masterclass. It's in the link below. You'll see this over here. It'll say Elliott Wave Fibonacci Masterclass. You'll be taken to this page. Instant access. Elliott Wave Fibonacci Masterclass. How to read the markets like a pro. One of my favorite parts of the masterclass. We cover quite a lot, but the main thing to focus on is the Wave 2 ABC correction section. How the patterns unfold and how you can read the wave structures with Fibonacci ratios baked in, so you can be 2 steps ahead of the market as opposed to 2 steps behind. So if you like today's content, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. Let's finish on a quote of the day. Let's go with Jordan today. I feel like a bit of Michael Jordan today. Chapter 1. Michael Jordan. I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed. MJ himself, Chicago Bulls, 6 times champion, phenomenal guy. But failure is one of the major secrets to success. Not that we go out to fail on purpose, no, but there's always going to be the potential of failure, taking a loss, taking, pullbacks and everything else. We need to learn, sharpen the axe, and really drive forward with the market, because crypto is here to stay, blockchain is here to stay. The technology on a technological stack level, just to put away the speculative price action for a second, it is world transforming, because all contracts are going to move over to smart contracts. It's just 10,000 times more efficient, right? So it's easier, cleaner, faster. The other day I showed one of my friends how to mortgage their Ethereum, and they were blown away. They're like, what? I can mortgage my Ethereum? I go, yeah. How long does a traditional mortgage with your property, your real, your house take? 6 weeks, 3 months? Yeah, we mortgaged the Ethereum in like 2 minutes. Ethereum was quite fast yesterday, and it took like a minute once we did the transaction, right? So this technology is here to stay, but this intermediate price action is just speculation. is the psychological mood of buying and selling behavior. That means the prices go up and they go through corrections. We see a sprint and then we see breathers, recovery, rest periods. We see a sprint. And I think we just had a nice rest period, pretty long since November, 6 months of resting. And now the market, the people that are speculating, the people that are participating are getting ready for the next sprint. It doesn't feel that way, but more than likely, not guaranteed because it's probabilities, never certainties, we are going to see in the second half of 2022 a sprint. Sprint means higher highs, higher highs. If that does occur, just be ready for it because there'll be a lot of optimism in the market. Again, it doesn't feel like it right now. Everyone's just fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Panic selling. Fat lady singing. I go, no. She's not singing. She's just humming. She's going to be singing towards the end of 2022, in my opinion. So again, keep practicing, sharpen your axe, take the masterclass, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and I'll see you very soon.